Hey soul babes, welcome to the Essence podcast. I'm your host Riss, and in this space I dive into the world of holistic wellness, creativity, and spirituality. Consider me your intuitive bestie, here to guide you along the journey of reconnecting with your essence. Together we'll explore how to live unapologetically, authentically, and in alignment with our soul's purpose. And in this week's episode, we are getting zen as fuck. Yes, it's Mercury retrograde. And yes, Mercury is doing its thing. And what is that? Disruptions, changes. This is also the episode where I'm going to remind you that if it is your calling that continuously is like, hey girl, hey, remember we love this? Remember this is our passion? Remember you were really, really in tune with this at one point, but then you got distracted thinking that you had to have this other logical plan? This Mercury retrograde is for you. It is not here to destroy you and bring you down. I mean, necessarily that's kind of what it does a little, but if you invite the grace that I've been mentioning in previous episodes, then you would realize that this Mercury retrograde is giving. I want you to elevate and grow. Is giving that we need to end a cycle here so you can move forward into that vision. Releasing that old mindset, letting that old shoe come off finally, so that way you can clearly see that you have been needing to choose you all along. So grab your tea, grab your crystals, and let's get into this week's episode.
In your divine essence you shine. In your divine essence you thrive. I'm your host Riss, and you're listening to Essence Podcast.
Taking another sip out of that Zen cup. Yeah. I personally feel at this moment in time as that meme or that photo, I think it's more of a photo of Winona Ryder. I believe it's from the movie Heathers, where she's smoking a cigarette. I think it's it's a black and white photo. She's smoking a cigarette and she looks like she just came back from hell. She looks like she's rolled around in the dirt. She's hit rock bottom and she's coming back up. What's up? That is the energy that is giving. It is giving, and I'm here to express it. I'm here to share it, and I'm here to show you firsthand how we just being Winona Ryder and saying, fuck it, whatever happened, we're just gonna get back up. We rolled around in the dirt, not intentionally, but technically so, because our higher self knows exactly what it's doing. But we just have to get up. We have to get up and be chill with what is occurring. So in the previous episode, I did mention embodying grace, inviting grace, especially when the inner critic's getting loud, when we should be doing other things, but Spirit has another plan for us, especially right now. Mercury is part of that plan. It's just really messing with communication. It's messing with technology. And, we got to respect it to the best that we can, I guess. I'm just going to say that I am here on this podcast recording in this moment for the 100th time. Before I was recording earlier today, I was like, okay, let me just try to edit and see what I've got. And so I go back to episode 9 that I was first recording, that 2 weeks ago recording. And then turns out I had my microphone off. And that was sad. So then I go into the other recordings that I made. And then I see that the audio is starting to have this funky sound. And I'm like, what is up with this freaking audio? I thought I had backup after backup after backup, and none of it worked. None of it worked. And I was like, that's so funny. How ironic. Like, Mercury messing with my audio. I mean, I can't technically blame him because I personally thought I had it all figured out. I had it all together. And I, made so many episodes, so many podcast episodes that I've never really had a problem. I've technically have had a Mercury malfunction before last year. So it's been a while, and I thought I was good. I thought I was like getting ahead, especially like pre-recording episodes. And no, I was not. And so that is that Winona Ryder energy is like, damn, we're going to get up and we're going to talk again. And at this point in time, we're just even going to throw in some accents. We're going to throw in an F-bomb, and we're just here for it, So in this episode, I do want to first and foremost introduce my new Sea Goddess microphone. I love what I did with this microphone, honestly. It's giving that Sea Goddess baddie that I was going for. Not gonna lie, it took a while for that to happen, this microphone to get beshelled, because, that's another thing right now, what Mercury was kind of doing for me. It was helping me to start to get a little more in tune with what is coming from my higher self, right? Like, usually I am going into Pinterest a lot and I'm being inspired and I'm like, ooh, I like the way they did that. Let me try to do something similar, but in my own twist. And I did not find anything that came with shelled microphone. And so I had to wing it. I had to just flow with what felt good and let it be what it is. Let that masterpiece be what it is. It's like, if there's a mistake, then we work around it. And honestly, that felt really good. That felt like I had been in that place before. When I was first taking this journey into my essence, when I was getting my hands dirty and messy, especially making macrame or like painting, I was backtracking to the like inner child energy. I bring it up as to why Mercury correlates with this is because Mercury is just that. It is, sometimes yes, it does mess up technology and it does mess up miscommunication, but the perks of Mercury is that it helps you go back in time to embodying something that was actually very important, information that was very important, information that may have been lost. It finds its way back. Now coming into this transition of having to embody your calling, allowing that pivot to happen is going to happen here in the now. Okay, so we are in Leo season. Yes, we are in that Mercury retrograde. And we're at a pivotal point because not only is that happening, but I have mentioned to you that we're also in a number 9 year. So in numerology, 2025, all of that adds up to number 9. And we are at this place of like, we aren't exactly at the threshold of feeling complete. We are that stage before completion. So we have to backtrack. We have to see what is and what is not working for us. And right now, while we're being boldly ourselves, while we're moving into what feels more aligned with ourselves, we also have to see what's not in alignment, okay? So I'm going to give you an example of like how this is occurring in my own epiphanies. I've had so many epiphanies, even today, before I'm recording right now. I not only had a whole dilemma with recording and editing, but I also went through a bit of a pivot and transformation with seeing that there is this life and death, technically this death that is occurring right now. But there is more life that is going to come out of this. I know it is. But right now it is that mourning, that releasing and shedding. There's a tree that's right in front of my house. And it's technically not my tree. So this is my neighbor's tree. But it's so big and luscious and beautiful. It has so much to offer. Shade. It has a home. It's a home for animals. I say hi to squirrels every time I see the tree. I hug the tree. I literally come to this tree for a replenishment. I allow myself to release energy that's not serving me. And so this tree has so much meaning to me. And today was the day that the neighbor decided to call DWP and chop it down. And I was crying this whole morning, just exactly that morning, and releasing this tree that held space for me, especially during these last few years. Honestly, just thinking about it, it's very symbolic because I've lived in this beautiful place that I'm in right now for 4 years. 4 years I had been going through a transformation. This place I actually saw in a dream. I knew this was the place that we were going to have. I manifested it because I called in bright windows. This light that you see is natural lighting. Continuously, that sun beams into this house every single day, and I am so grateful for it. It has brought so much light when there was so much transformation and rock bottom occurring inside of me and outside of me during the pivotal change of 4 years of not only healing and going deeper, but it was also this pivotal point of seeing that a lot of that destruction happening outside of my life and internally too, but also again that beauty of that sunshine continuously shining bright. And as I look at it and I notice just how much space that this house has hold for me, but also that tree outside, when I couldn't really go to the park or go anywhere else, that was the tree that held space for me. I remember I would just put my feet on the dirt or grass because, depending on the season, it might be dried, really hard dirt. And sometimes it might be some luscious grass in the spring. So, whatever season it was, I would put my feet there and hug the tree trunk and see the sun poke out of the leaves. Like it was a whole moment for me. And just to realize that that tree is getting chopped down, the tree that brought so much power and held so much for me and for the collective, honestly. All of these trees have so much power and beauty in them. And it was a very sad moment to see, but also just reflecting on how that tree is now become a symbolic meaning of change. There's been so much change that's been occurring, and I've been noticing it, and I'm sure you have too, especially during this time of pivotal season. Again, I just continuously mention that it is 2025. It is the number 9 right now. There is going to be that transformation that is occurring, and there is going to be having to let go of what we used to know so that we can be more in alignment with our vision. So to come into that notion is that like also our mindset of how we used to operate and how we used to go about life is no longer serving us. It's no longer serving you. It's no longer serving me. It's no longer serving the collective. And if you've been on your healing journey, if you've been already working on yourself and aligning yourself with your vision, working on your mind, your body, your soul, and doing your best to be aware of what you're manifesting, if you're doing your best to even heal the deeper parts of yourself that had yet to be seen during this journey, you are definitely on that pivotal point right now. You are going in sync with the transitions that are naturally occurring. And right here in this space, it is giving ourselves the opportunity to let go of an old mindset that is no longer serving you. like an old shoe again. It's just so snugged. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit right. Like it's everybody sees you for you now. Like you don't need to hide, you don't need to like pretend. You're pretty aware and the people around you are pretty aware. I feel this from a deeper level because, I mentioned this so many times. Like my whole healing journey has also been about stepping out in front of my dad and healing that relationship with him, because for a very long time I hid myself, right? I didn't use my throat chakra at all, almost, like as a child. I let myself be in a box of seeing like, okay, my dad sees me as this, like daddy's little girl. I'm his picture perfect daughter, and I will only speak of what he wants me to speak, but I won't share anything else. And that was because of a loving coping mechanism. Like I wanted to be loved and accepted. And so I only shared so much with my dad. And that was definitely one of the more transformational pivotal points of my life, and having to let go of this people pleasing, having to let go of how people perceive me, or putting myself in a corner so other people can take up more space than me. It's this Leo energy that is really coming out too, of like, fuck it, just take up space, sis. Like everyone sees you for you. So there's really nothing to hide anymore, is also what I'm sharing here. Like I have a podcast and I'm very open about my life. So it is that pivotal point of seeing like this mask, this old narrative is like really not serving. Like it's not. And there's just layers and layers that are just with that accumulation of that mask or that way of thinking that's like, it's obviously showed you that that's not working for you. It's done. It's done serving its purpose, and it's just basically ready for you to just like, you're holding on to it with like a fist, just to let it go and for it to allow it to be compost and be reborn. So if there's anything I wish for this tree, is that it becomes compost and useful for a better purpose and a better life. I mean, it already gave so much. I already gave so much to it. So it better be turned into some good shit, because I even fed that tree, like we were communicating. That tree is powerful. So with any project I do with wood, I think that's why I'm so connected to wood. I mean, I'm also a Capricorn. So me and earth are just like, I feel it, I feel this tree. I feel the wood when I'm working with it. I feel just the presence of what it came to be of service as, and being utilized for it to be able to help and transmute and uplift others is beautiful. So that correlates with the idea of like the death cycle, of us being able to befriend death. I feel that society and a lot of what we practice here in the US, it's very minimal on death. Like we don't honor it as much. We mourn it and we feel it, but then we push it away, right? Like, and a lot of us suffer with the idea of feeling fear of like us dying, or even going through a person that we love dying, and us still not fully integrating and going through the motion of death and mourning it and crying for it. I let myself do that as soon as that tree was getting chopped down. As soon as I heard those chops happening, I was like, tears are falling. I'm crying for this tree because it meant so much for me. So giving yourself space to do exactly that, even mourning the death, the loss of yourself that you used to be. It's okay to do so. It's okay to look back and see all those beautiful memories you accumulated through photos, through videos, through your social media, giving yourself that space to be remembered. And that is something that I've been doing right now. While I look for all the times that I communed with this tree, I so happen to just fall back on looking at everything that I created and in my whole spam of preaching and practicing being in your essence and embodying my authenticity online. It has been a timeline of just how much has changed and how much work that technically it didn't feel like work, but it was, like it was beautiful work that I was willing to do to help myself and the collective be able to see that honoring your essence and being in your truth is so powerful. So we are at some point in this moment meant to release and let go of what that mindset is still doing here. Why is it still here? Like, we have to release it and we have to say goodbye, because in order to get to that version of ourselves, that vision of us that we continuously see, that we continuously feel, that is shedding the old narrative and being able to embody this new you. That's not technically a new you, it's just a higher version of you. It's already a you that exists. So it's not a new you that you don't technically know. You've already started to discover this new you. You've already started to embody this new you. That's why you even have the dream, the vision there, is because you have a taste of it. But it's allowing whatever fear or doubt is left to become released, to become compost, and for you to use what you've learned from your old story, from your old self, to be something that is material, that can be utilized in your book, in your speech of how you show up for yourself, or how you start to get new friends, or even for if you're making a movie, like writing scripts, it becomes useful. It's not that you're not going to ever acknowledge her or him. You're going to eventually be able to use him or her, that version of you, and use it as a forefront of something that can be helpful to others, because that version of you isn't completely gone. It still exists, but it just doesn't need to be in the forefront as like a persona or a mask that you're wearing. I mean, it's just going to show that you don't need to wear a mask at all. Like, you can just be your spirit illuminating outwards. Like, you can glow and be yourself. Your essence is everything. Every part of your story, every chapter, the light, the shadows, the ups and downs is what makes you uniquely you. There's beauty in every part of your journey. No matter how messy or perfect it may seem, your essence holds power, and it's time to let it fully be seen. On the Essence podcast, I'm inviting you to bring whatever is alive for you right now. Whether it's part of your story that's ready to shift, or a new insight that's awakening within you, this is a space to explore and transform it. Life is about digestion, the process of composting what no longer serves us, allowing new life to grow. Because energy never dies, it simply shifts. And sometimes that means transmuting the old into something new. What are you carrying that needs to be released or transmuted? What have you conquered that still holds the key to your growth? Every layer of your journey holds beauty, from the light to the dark. This space is here to help you embrace all of it with love, awareness, and acceptance. We don't need to have it all figured out, but we do need to be willing to lean into the process, to digest life, and let it become fertile soil for your next step. If you're ready to join the sacred space, to dive deeper into your truth, click the link in the description, and let's allow your story to evolve, transmute, and unfold together. When it comes to following our vision, right? Like, one of the most scariest things I'd say for all of us is like, okay, if I follow this vision, like, I can basically only see like 5 feet in front of me. Like, I don't really know what is going to happen here. And that is the whole point. That is totally okay, because you at this point aren't just letting logic take control. You're not in control from the masculine. The masculine governs the chakra centers of our root, our sacral, and our solar plexus. So below the rib cage is our masculine energy. You have masculine and feminine energy within you. This is beyond gender. This is you embodying this energy, because your mom and your dad made you. Like that is the natural law and way of life. And so you have this inside of you. You have this energy of both of them inside of you. If you're working, if you're projecting an ego, if you're having sex, like this is all masculine energy. That is you using those portals as well as those energy centers. And then you have this feminine energy because you have a heart, you have a voice, you feel, you know without knowing. You have this consciousness, this God consciousness. You have this third eye, this pineal gland. Like we all have this. That is the beauty of knowing that we are all unionized because we all have these beautiful gifts. And being able to utilize our masculine, it gets us up and going. Like it puts the fire under our butt to actually make action happen. But then we have our heart center that we lead with. We have our throat that we're speaking with passion and with truth. And then we have our third eye where we're seeing. This is where we get to see the five fruit in front of us. So as long as your third eye is in synchronized and is in flow, as long as your crown is connected to your God consciousness so you may receive these downloads, then there should be no problem. There should be nothing to fear because at that point, you know that you're just trusting as you go and trusting the intellect of your body. Your body is so intelligent. It is basically the intuition that you feel inside of you is it is in your body. It is your body. Your body is so intelligent. Just imagine you cutting yourself. Just give yourself a few days and you're healed. Your body just regenerates itself because you gave it the space to do so. Imagine a heartbreak, they say time heals, but it's also your body working with you, holding space for you to guide you towards the experiences that bring healing to those moments. It brings you in synchronicity with like groups of friends or people around you or quotes or even podcasts and social media posts that show you, hey, it's okay, like I got you. This is all showing you that you are in sync. You're going to receive the messages you need. You're going to receive the breadcrumbs you need. And you technically, if you see 5 feet in front of you, that's totally okay. If you only see 1 foot in front of you, that is totally okay. Just take that one step. That's all you need. And you can wait and be in stillness, which is a divine masculine trait. Focus, stillness, determination, and providing. It is that sun energy. This is a sacred masculine, a divine masculine trait. And being in a divine feminine, a sacred feminine, that is again leading with that heart center, with your throat and your third eye. So when those two are in alignment, it just makes it easier for you to be like, okay, I'm ready to answer this call. I'm ready to say, what's up? Like, we ready? Like, we're going to go take a nice little dive into where I actually see myself going. This is when abundance starts to appear, when we actually start to see things appearing in our life. We're done fighting. We're done fighting this energy. Like, we're fighting with ourselves, and we don't want to fight with ourselves. Like, there is going to be a fight we will put up here and there, but it shouldn't be with ourselves. It should be with us keeping the integrity of ourselves, us keeping ourselves confidently aligned with who we are and putting up that fight with energy that wants to bring us down, like vampire energy people that want to be victims and point the finger at you. Those type of like energies that you will see will eventually fall away because once you've tackled that, it would be easier to overcome. But, sometimes we get put into challenges just to be a reminder or to basically, yes, evolutionize and bring up a level of like how we need to maneuver. And that's basically what challenges do. They become just stepping stones for us. So when you are getting into that alignment of your calling, just remember that you are not alone on this. You have everything you need and you are absolutely ready. For anybody who is telling you different, disregard. This is where you, again, need to check in with yourself and say, like, oh, I may actually have everything I need. Like, if I've seen so many rejections, if I'm seeing so many pivots, like, what if I already have everything I need? What if I'm already embodying this? I just need to actually sit with myself and do it. I just need to actually sit with the idea of like what that vision is telling me to do and do it. A lot of what procrastination is, it's fear, right? Like it's just telling us like, no, if we do this, then, we're not making time for that, which we need to go be making money. That's a survival trait. That's keeping you in a little box. And what you want to do is essentially elevate that fear, that little part of you that's been living in a decompressed way. And that's sometimes even why depression happens, because we are depressed, like we are pressed down, like we are shrinking ourselves. And when we're expressing ourselves, we're basically the opposite of that energy. We are illuminated and out there. So my intention for you, and I'm sending this your way, this healing energy to project onto you, is for you to see that mindset and see, is it serving you? Is it not serving you? But also with this Leo season, embody the Ingonyama spirit. That is the lion spirit. Embody it to its fullest. Be as loud, roar as loud as you can. And also know that lions don't just always do. Best believe that they be taking their naps, that they be resting, conserving their energy to take on more action when it is ready to go. And that is your message. That is your message, especially for right now, especially with Mercury. Just roar when you need to, back away, conserve your energy, and then get back out there. Get back out there. And know that Mercury, again, is not here to like destroy you. Technically, it's here to actually uplift you. It's helping you transform these thoughts. Like, think of it as like that energy is gonna help you launch forward, and you'll see that you'll start to manifest and attract experiences that feel absolutely in line with that calling. So thank you, soul babes, for listening to this message, and I hope it finds you well. I hope that your Winona Ryder energy is memeing, that it is doing its thing, that you have your little cigarette or joint or whatever you need that keeps you calm and cool, meditation, to take the load off, or dancing. Before we go, I want you to place your hand on your heart. We're going to just do a quick breather, breathing in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. In through the nose. And release it out. Last time, breathing in as much air into your lungs. Holding at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go. Beautiful. And I would like for you to repeat after me. I am capable of achieving anything. I believe in myself. I choose myself. And I am answering my calling. Beautiful. Yes. Believe it. Believe it. Feel it. Embody it, because the time is now. The time is now. Well, if you would like to hear more about being in your essence, be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Essence of Riss. And if you would like to hear more episodes from Essence Podcast, be sure to visit YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcast. You'll find all the episodes streaming there. And I'll see you in the next one, Soul Babes.